Okay, so I can start our talk about botryytis. When it comes to sweet wine of Germany, you have to understand the concept of botryytis about noble rot. Botryytis is a fungus that everybody has at home. So next time when you come home after a long holiday, you open the fridge and you open the part where the vegetables are and you find a salad which looks really brown and disgusting. That's also botryytis. However, this is not noble rot, of course. So the botryytis fungus works in two different ways. If the botryytis comes too early during the season, it attacks the leaves, the stems, and everything, and makes a big mess in the vineyard. However, when the botryytis comes when the grapes are already much riper and have so much sugar incorporated, which would be translated in around 6 to 7% alcohol, the botryytis fungus thinks, why should I eat these stupid green leaves when I get some yummy berries there? And it attacks only the grapes and makes different stuff. First of all, the botryytis fungus develops this sort of mycel, which are small roots going through the grape to the grape skin, pouring little holes in the skin, and enables the water to evaporate. So the berries are slowly shriveling. But it's not the only thing that the botryytis fungus does. First of all, with the shriveling process, there is of course a concentration and increase of sugar levels and acidity. A lot of people forget that. Then the botryytis fungus destroys all varietal aromatics that comes from the grape variety itself. And this is very important to understand when it comes to the predicate system from Germany with Spätlese, Auslese, and so on and so on. Because the more botryytis you have, the less aromatic from the grape variety, for example Riesling, you have in the glass. This is also very important to understand the concept. And the botryytis fungus develops a glycerol, which explains that really high botrytized wines are really thick and high in viscosity, and the botryytis fungus develops honeyed aromas. And now look at the grapes, how the botryytis fungus develops. Of course, the botryytis doesn't come overnight, jumps at the berries and leave raisins within 2 seconds. It's a steady process, and therefore it is very important for the wine style when you harvest the grapes. If you harvest it early and you have mostly healthy grapes, then you don't have so much sugar into the grapes, and the wine tastes of its grape variety, for example Riesling, you get this fresh and lime peel flavors there. This would be a classical cabinet style. If you harvest later, so late harvest, which actually means Spätlese, there is no or just a touch of botrytis, so a little bit touch of overripeness when the berries turns from yellow into a little bit brown. And then you have in the glass, of course, more sweetness, but also from the aromatic profile, more exotic fruit, a more riper fruit characteristics, and it's more intense and more exotic and more yellow fruit. When you have an Auslese, the botrytis has developed further, and you have this perfect balance between fruit from the grape variety, for example Riesling, with exotic flavors, and the honeyed notes from botrytis. So those two aroma worlds are on break even. And with the Beerenauslese, you see that the berries are shriveled, so it's very sweet. But there you have only botrytis flavors. And with Trockenbeerenauslese, where you have only these raisins, where these raisins get picked one by one out of the bunch. So it's like hunting fleas. It's a lot of work, and it explains why those wines are so expensive. And with these raisins, you have only botrytis flavors, very dried fruit aromatics, and a lot of honey notes. So just look at this Spätlese. This shows you how much sweetness are in these wines, but also how is the taste profile of these wines and how much is this taste profile influenced by the special taste of botrytis. A big exception is ice wine, where the concentration and the sweetness doesn't come by botrytis. It should come by freezing only, and the perfect ice wine should be just made of healthy grapes that are frozen, so that you get this super intense primary fruit of a Riesling, for example. But of course, in times of climate change, the frost, which enables to produce ice wine, the grapes have to be at least at -7 degrees Celsius, is very difficult. And very often for ice wine, the grapes are hanging there until, January and so on, and then, you can't say that there is no botrytis. So to be honest, it's quite difficult nowadays with climate change to make really abundant ice wine in a very good quality. There are sometimes good years where it works perfectly, but very often it doesn't work anymore. However, the best ice wines should be harvested before Christmas. This is our old vintner's word, because if the grapes are hanging too long on the vine, then to be honest, that's not something you would like to drink. This is the predicate system of Germany, shortly explained. Understand?
Yes, pretty clear. It is a lot of information in a very short time, but with visual
Elements?
effects, yes, it would be good.
Okay.
Good.
Next.
Hoe lang doet je de intro?
Heel snel.
Oh, dan gaan we gelijk cammen. Ja, we gaan daar beginnen.
Ik wil gaan gelijk cammen, inderdaad.
Die auto moet die bus dan wegzetten.
Ja?
Jullie gaan daar beginnen en dan lopen jullie een beetje hier naartoe. En dan zie je ook de achter van die gebouwen en zo.
Okay, but first we have to do some wine law.
Do you want to make a second
Yes.
recording? The first was about botrytis, and now we do the wine law.
Oh, a recording as well.
Yes.
Only recording.